Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome to yet another episode on Little's Law YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see about how to use an if controller in JMeter. Most of the times, we will not get a scenario where we use the static behavior, and sometimes we might need to implement some dynamic behavior as well. And this if controller help us to leverage the script where we can implement a condition, and where there are some times where we might need to add some value to the script. So in those scenarios, we might need to use this if controller. So today in this demo, I'm going to show you a script which has a condition that if the subtotal is more than a particular amount, then the booking might happen. Otherwise, the booking might not happen and automatically the user will log out the scenario or the session. So that is the scenario. So let me just recap. So the scenario is going to be if the total or if the subtotal is more than a particular amount, automatically the user will log out. And if it is less than the subtotal that we are defining, so automatically the user will pay the money and he will do the booking, or he will pay for the bill. I mean, he pays the bill. So that's the design that we are going to do. And before we see, I welcome you all once again to our Little Sla YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to our Little Sla YouTube channel. Like the video, subscribe, and comment your feedback and your questions. If you have any questions or any of your comments, is always welcome. So let's now dive into the video. So before we set up the condition, we might need a script. So let's record a script, and before that I have a thread group here. I've added the HTTP request, the header manager, the cookie manager, the HTTP request for defaults, and also have added a simple controller. So all the scripts will sit inside the simple controller. And here we have the HTTPS test script recorder. So we set all the port and other required configurations here. If you have not, if you don't have any idea on what and how to set this, you can visit my previous video where I have given a total video on how to create a script or how to record a script. So let's now start recording the first script. So I'm starting the proxy. So before that, we might need to set the proxy. So all those things you have to set before you start the recording. I'm opening the browser now. Just recording the transactions here. So with that, we have completed our scripting. So let's see the scripts here. So we have all the scripts recorded. So let's now do a simple validation, and we will check whether the script can create the product, or whether the script can create the same transaction which we have created. So let me run. So before I run the script, I will add a listener. So that is the view results tree. So this will show us what exactly is happening in the script. So let me run the script once. So we have the script running. So the sign out, have all the payment, everything has happened. Let me open the website. Before that, I need to revert the settings. So now let's open the website and see. Let's go to the account and see our order. So here we can see the order that we have created. So now we have confirmed that we could actually create an order, and a small change where I have created the script with the user one, and I have now created the booking with another user, that is user two. So here I have made the change. So the username is going to be user one, the two, and the password is going to be two. So let's now jump into the use case where we have decided. So the scenario is going to be if the amount is greater than a particular price, or if the bill is more than a particular price, then we are not making the booking. So for that, let's go to the response and the request and see what is going to be the decision, or how are we going to make it. So for that, we'll have to go inside the request and the response. And here we could see the subtotal is 1650. So the plan is going to be if the subtotal is less than if the subtotal is less than $10, we are going to pay. And if the subtotal is more than $10, we are not paying for the bill. So let's see how to do it. So for this, we will have to implement a extraction as well. We are going to extract the subtotal value, and this dynamic, to implement this dynamic behavior, we all know we'll have to bring in the correlation part. So for doing that, so this is going to be the step one, or the part one. So we'll have to bring the correlation part here, and to add that, we'll go to add, and the post processor is going to be regular expression extractor. So I'm bringing in, so under this request, we are bringing in the regular expression extractor. Let me just add it again since it went outside. So the post processor is going to be regular expression extractor. So I have bring it inside, and let's give a name for this. It is going to be subtotal. Just name it which is reasonable to the value that we're going to extract. And the regular expression we will again make a copy of it. So the left boundary is going to be subtotal dollar, and the right boundary is going to be a space. Let us also check whether if there are any other values inside with this same combination of values. So let's just find it. So there is only one. So I think we can use the first occurrence of this value. So we'll paste this regular expression. So the left boundary is going to be the subtotal dollar, and the right boundary is going to be the space. So anything that comes in between is going to be the value. So to do that, we'll have to do the regular expression with dot, star, and question mark. So this will select all the values that comes inside this left boundary and right boundary. And then now let's choose the template, and the match number is going to be 1, and let's select the default value. So with that, we have created, or we have extracted the value, and now we will use this extraction value in the if controller to make sure that if the price is more than $10, we are not paying, and if it is less than $10, we are paying for the product. So let's now add the if controller. So to add the if controller, we'll have to go to the add and logic controller, and the very first controller is the if controller. So we are adding it and we will drag it towards the action next to our required action, and here we will add the condition, and the condition is if the subtotal is more than $10. So the subtotal, so let's just copy the value here to avoid any errors or typo errors. So subtotal is greater than, or if it is less than 10, we are paying it, and if it is more than 10, automatically the else condition will work out. So if it is less than 10, whatever comes inside the if controller will work, and if it is more than 10, automatically it will go to the logout part. So we will drag this inside, we'll take this inside the if controller. So now all these actions, that is the proceed to checkout, the continue and confirm, all this payment action comes inside the if controller, and any else condition that takes it to the sign out part. So now let us run this scenario and see how does it work. And before that, we'll make a little change, that is we'll need to add a single quote to make it recognizable. And let's now go to the view results tree, we'll clear it out, and once again we will check the account also. So here we have only one order, and let's now run the script and see what happens, whether the if controller works or not. So I'm running this scenario, and here we could see after 6th, automatically the user has skipped to the 10th part. So let's now see, validate the application as well. So it's not working. So now let's make a small change, because we can actually use various comparison operators as well. So let's now change it to a different comparison operator, that is equals. So to make it equal, whether the subtotal, if the subtotal is equal to this particular amount, automatically the payment can happen. For that, we'll have to use double equal to, and I will change the value to 16.50, which is the value that we find there. And let me again run the script to see whether the if controller works. So while executing the scenario that we have created, we have got the expressions to be failed and passed. But what happened was every expression has got failed, and since I was not able to go into the right condition, even if the price is less than 20 pounds or $20. So there was one more thing which I want to add in this situation, is that if you add a regular expression where you have a dollar symbol, and to escape the dollar symbol, we might need to escape it using this backslash. So this backslash, you can use it to escape the dollar, which is similar to escaping the double quotes in load runner. So we can use this backslash to escape. So just remember, so we can, if in case if you get this dollar symbol inside your regular expression or your data that you extract, you can use this slash to escape the value. So let me now run the script again and I will show you. So here in the if controller, so we have the subtotal part. If it is less than $20, automatically the condition should work out. So let me just show you that part. So I'm running the scenario again, and here we could see the 7th and 8th 9 has got executed. Let's now check it here also. So if you have got that particular transaction that has got created, so that this is what happened. So I created a regular expression, but since this dollar symbol was not properly escaped, I was not able to achieve the execution even the condition was true. So let's now try with some other controllers, some other values as well. So we have various options or we have various operators to try. So we have equal symbol. We'll try this equal symbol. So we have equal symbol here. So if the value is equal to 1650, so automatically you can see now. So let's even refresh it once more. So here we can see the order is getting created, and we have various other logical operators which is not equal to. So I'm giving a condition. If it is not equal to 1650, automatically this should execute. But let's see, since if it is equal to 1650, so this might not work out. So let us see that. So here we are in the here we are in the results tree, and since the value is true and we have given the condition as not equals, so it has failed, and automatically the if controller did not worked out. And then we have the less than or equals, and then we have the greater than or equal, we have less than and greater than as well. So these are some of the comparison operators that we have in the if controller. And before that we will tell, so what are the components that we have in the if controller. So we have a name that tells us the if controller, and then we have the condition here. So this is all about adding the if controller. We will see with another controller in our next video. So till then, it's bye from Vasant and Little Slaw. Thank you. We'll see you in another video.